Everyone on the Beards, you know this is going to be my review of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And, yeah, I've been saying I want to do this for a while. I'm just going to review all 6 of the Star Wars movies leading up until The Force Awakens. So I'm going to do one a day, so today is going to be The Phantom Menace, as I've showed you right here, which has got some really good art in the Blu-ray right here. But yeah, I have a bit of an unpopular opinion on this movie. I'm not going to say it's the best movie ever. I'm not going to say it's a great movie because it's not, but I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's a good Star Wars film. Does it have anything to do... Yeah, like, does it touch any aspect of the originals? No. It doesn't. It just doesn't. But yeah, this was my Star Wars. Yeah, the prequels were my Star Wars growing up, and I guess it might have something to do with it. Because, oh God, I want to say I was 5 when this movie came out. God, that's... I was just 5 or 6, something like that. But yeah, this, of course, Jar Jar. We have to talk about Jar Jar. That's the worst part about this film is Jar Jar by far. Loved him when I was a kid. As any kid did, right? It's like, oh yeah, Jar Jar, he's funny. That's what makes him cool. And then when you grow up, you're like, this is probably the worst character I've ever seen. This is extremely racist, completely dumb, and has nothing to do with Star Wars. But once you get past that, and young Anakin, which I don't really think it's... What is the kid's name? I'm blanking on his name right now. I don't think it's his fault. I think it's George Lucas's writing. But, if you go look at the auditions for Anakin, which is... you can find them on YouTube. They're not on the Blu-ray. There's a lot of special features that they cut out of the Blu-ray release, which I think is dumb. But the special features are out there, where it's the Anakin casting calls. And there was a kid that was way better than the guy that they cast. So, I don't know what's up with him. Anyways, so once you get past Jar Jar, once you get past young Anakin, the rest of the movie is pretty serviceable. It's nothing special. It's nothing, oh my god, this is amazing. But it's enjoyable. You can really, really have a fun time watching it if you can ignore those two things. Now, some people hate the pod racing scene. They say, oh, it's too long and boring. Oh, it's just pan from left to right, left to right. But that's the way a real life race is. Like a NASCAR race. They're long, they're boring, and they go same direction every time. And I gotta tell you, the pod race is way more entertaining than a NASCAR race. It just is. Like, I've tried watching before. No. It's like, where are we? We're only a half a lap in? Nah, I'm changing the channel. But yeah, I think the pod racing is genuinely enthralling. I think it's amazing. I think it's fun. The CG still holds up to this day, and they use a couple models in there too, like for the close-ups and stuff like that. But anytime you see them moving out in the distance, or like they're interacting with each other, that's CGI, and it still holds up. A lot of the CGI in this still holds up. There are some instances where you're like, oh wow, that's clearly 1990s, but for the fact that most of the CGI was made in the late 1990s, it's really, really good. In some aspects, I say that the CGI is better than the rest of the prequel trilogy. It really is. The CGI in the Phantom Menace is very groundbreaking. I really do believe that. Qui-Gon Jinn is really, really good. I do wish they had kept him around a little bit longer, which is another thing that you could say for Darth Maul. I wish they'd kept him around for the entire trilogy. But the main issue with this film is they didn't give Obi-Wan jack shit to do. Right. Obi-Wan is my second favorite Star Wars character. He's my favorite human character. Because, Chewbacca is my favorite character. And the fact that Obi-Wan in this movie, you could just be totally forgiven that if you forget it, because he does nothing. He sits on the ship, and that's it. And then he watches Qui-Gon die, and that's it. That's the end of this movie. That's what Qui-Gon does. I mean, not Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan. Wow, see, that's what Obi-Wan does in the movie. Just sits on the ship, and then watches Qui-Gon die at the end. Woo. I really think it should have been, even though I like Qui-Gon, I think they should have taken him out, or at least swapped the characters around so that it was Obi-Wan that was who met Anakin, who mentored him. It would make more sense for their relationship going forward. And, you know, a lot of people have said that, and I totally agree with that theory. And of course, we know through the Clone Wars and everything, which I refuse to finish because it's not good. At least the first couple seasons are boring and confusing because they're shot out of order. It's like, well, the Clone Wars, you see there's, oh, this episode's really amazing, and then the next episode you're like, oh, this is... But yeah, through the Clone Wars, I know that Darth Maul is still alive and all that good shit. But in the grand scheme of the actual 6 films, he died in this film, and he should not have died in this film. He should have been the main antagonist for the trilogy. And that definitely is the biggest sin for this film that is not Jar Jar or young Anakin related. Like I said, Qui-Gon could have had a little bit bigger part, but the fact that they killed off Darth Maul so soon, not good. But the droids, I like the way the droids look. I like all the designs in this. It looks really well, but overall, it's not a bad movie. It's definitely not a bad movie at all. It's not a bad Star Wars movie, but it just doesn't compare to the originals, and that's the way it is. If you look at it on its own, take out Jar Jar and young Anakin, it's good. It good equates to a 7. So that's what would be my score. A 7 out of 10. Just solid 7 out of 10. And I think it's a good score for the Phantom Menace because it's nothing special, but it's definitely not shit like some people say it is. Look at the Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones. But yeah, I think Phantom Menace is a good, solid 7 out of 10. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.